All right, we're getting ready to show you guys a little bit about hooking a boat up and stuff like that, some safety things to remember. And first of all, I gotta say that Beth is the best boater backer upper there is, and she's able to come in, and I will say the camera really helps, but obviously we want to get the boat tongue onto the hitch. She's almost there. Perfect. And I've got to raise the boat up a little bit, so hang on 1 second. So we're gonna back it up, and there, stop. So we're exactly where we need to be right now. So gonna go over a couple things. We're gonna wind it down. So we're gonna wind down the tongue onto the hitch. Then we're gonna put the safety pin through. And after we put the safety pin through, we'll show you some other things to hook up. Just might have to nudge it a little bit. Got it. And go ahead and wind down. Awesome. Hold up. Okay, so we've got the ball and the tongue coming down on the hitch. It's good, it slid down. Cool, purple shoes. So basically we're just cranking it down, and when we crank it down, we're going to make sure that the wheel goes all the way up to the top, and then we're going to put it away for traveling with it. Make sure that it's locked in place so it doesn't fall down as we travel. And you do that with a little pin. Beth will show you here in a second. Pulls the pin out, puts the wheel down, and now it's locked into place. So now we got to finish hooking up. First thing Beth is going to do is go ahead and put the tongue down. So she slides it over and latches it into place.
And there's a pin that will go behind. And there's a little hole that keeps it nice and secure. And then you want to make sure that this is for your electrical braking. So if your tongue comes off, this will pull and help brake the trailer so you don't have an accident.
It's definitely a safety feature.
And you need your lights.
So each boat's different as far as the prongs that you put in. There's a 3-prong, I believe, and a 7-prong. Maybe it's a 5-prong, I don't know. Let's see the end of that again, Beth. Awesome. Okay.
It's like you plug in your lamp at home. Plug in your boat.
So we've got the electric plugged in.
You need your safety chain.
We like to crisscross those, even though these are coiled, we don't have to. So those are latched in place. So basically, the last piece then we need to make sure
I did the pin.
is, yep, I did the pin already.
Okay.
So you want to show them how though?
Oh, did you tell them how it swings?
Yeah, we have a swing away tongue. Not all boats have that, but it's a great feature. It allows you to get your bigger boats into your smaller garages. Yep. So when we swing away our tongue, we have to pull that pin up, and then we can swing it towards Beth.
Yep.
But now we put the pin down in place, and we add this other simple pin in to make sure that it's locked and good to go. So we are set to pull the boat out of the garage. Okay, so we made a valuable mistake one time when we first got our boat. We didn't realize you needed to charge it. So in the back, you can see our lights right there, and that's our battery charger bank. And so we've got just a little bit more to go until we get a full charge. If you want to move those ropes a little bit. So we need all of those to be green, and we need all of the orange. They will actually flash. Is it red?
They'll flash green.
Oh, they'll flash green. So anyway, so they'll flash green, which means the boat's fully charged. In the back over there in the corner, you'll see a point to that little red knob there. That little red knob, we want to make sure that it's turned on off every time we charge it. And actually it should be on off when we travel down the road. So, but our first boat, we were so excited to get it to run and took it to the lake and totally did not realize we needed to charge the batteries. Had gas in it, but totally forgot to charge the batteries. Oops. So we'll probably get some extra gas today just so that we're full, ready to go for Tuesday's tournament. But that's it for Battery 101 education. And there's the batteries there. You got your cranking battery and your trolling motor battery, another battery over there. And while we're in here, we may as well tell you about the oil. So in the very far corner, where Beth is pointing, is an oil container. You always want to make sure that you have enough oil in your boat when you run it. And it mixes with the gas for our Mercury Optimax Pro XS, which is our motor, thank you, our engine in the back. The other things that we have in here, we've got an anchor that meets safety requirements. We also have rope if we ever want to dock and tie off. We have rope for that. We've got a super big long rope attached to our anchor. We have our throwable life vest. It's not a vest obviously, but it's our throwable floating device which meets safety standards. And then the blue box that's in there is a toolkit, and it's really important to have some tools in the boat because you have to make lots of fixes. Well, not really, but just in case you have to, you've got your tools ready to go. One other thing I want to mention, that when we park our boat in the garage, we always block our wheels so that it doesn't slide. So right now I can take the block off because we're hooked up to the truck and we're not worried about the boat going anywhere. So we want to make sure that we take those blocks out. Take those blocks wherever you travel. If you're going on an overnight trip or something, you always want to be able to block your boat off, the wheels off, so it doesn't travel anywhere. Beth is going to go ahead and pull the boat out of the garage very carefully. And I'm going to go over some more things for you so that maybe this will help those of you who are debating to get a boat. You're going to realize, you know what, we can do it. I can do it. It's easy to do. We're going to go ahead and go through a couple things. The first thing we got to do is, in order for the boat to fit in our garage, we have to put the motor down. So right now we're going to turn the motor on. If you guys remember, we talked about the battery, turning the stuff off the battery. And now we're going to take and turn it from off to run on. We also have jump start, and we have another battery button. I couldn't tell you what it's for though. So now Beth is going to go ahead and pull the motor up, and again, the only reason we have to put the motor down is for us to get it into the garage. So she pushes the button on the side, lifts our motor up. She stopped. Whoa, okay, and hold on one second. You get to the other side, and this is for traveling. It protects the motor, and it's a little shock absorber, kind of like motor jack, so it keeps your motor from banging as you travel down the road. She's going to go ahead and put it down into place. Hits that button. Okay, so it's good to go. Now we're going to show you the next thing that we do is a safety, and then Beth and I always double check each other's work so we know we're good to go. The first thing she can do is pull the strap. It's nice and tight, so we don't have to worry about that one. And then she's gonna check the next one. Uh-oh, it's loose. So she's got to tighten it up by coming down underneath and pulls it a couple times, checks it, and it's good and tight. The other thing we're gonna do while we're here in the garage is we're gonna check to make sure that the plug is in. So Beth, on that side, our plug on this boat is in and out.
We have a cheat sheet.
Cheat sheet.
So out. We're going to push it to in, and then we're always going to double check it underneath the boat.
So underneath the boat, that's the plug.
It's in, tight. It means it's in. Just in case, so let me show you what it looks like when it's out. You can tell that it's pulled out away, but we want to make sure it goes in.
That keeps the water from going into the back of the boat.
We would like to stay afloat.
We do want to stay afloat. Now that we've got the plug is in, both straps are checked, ready to go, we're going to walk to the front. Want to make sure the key is in the boat so that we don't get to the lake and not have the key in the boat. Everything looks good here, and we're going to do a quick check of everything that we just showed you. So locked, pin is in.
Our brake is
Emergency
on.
brake is good.
Chains are
hooked.
Lights are on.
Lights are on.
Pin is in.
And now
the jack is up.
So now the next thing Beth's gonna do is get in the car, and we're gonna check the lights to make sure that the lights, turn signals, and everything work. We've got our lights are good on the trailer, good. She's gonna do left turn signal, go, right turn signal, good to go. She's gonna put it in park, and then she's gonna put on her backing up lights, like she's gonna go in reverse. And we've got our white lights underneath, and we've got one little bulb out on our LED light over there. We can get it fixed next time we take it up to Knox Marine. So we are good to hit the lake and ready to roll. And truthfully, that takes about less than 5 minutes, but it's gonna save you a lot of heartache and sorrow by forgetting to do it. We'll see you soon. We just pulled the boat out of the water, and all we're doing now is wiping it down. We're using a nice chamois, and your boat is your investment, and they're not cheap, so you want to make sure that you take really, really good care of them, so that if you do decide that you want to get rid of it or move into something bigger like we might have done a few years back, you're able to resell it. So you want to make sure that the motor is all wiped down as well, and get all that stuff off of it, all the water, all the grime from the water, and all that good stuff. And then, just like before, we showed you the safety features. We want to make sure that we go through. So right now we don't have our ties on, so we're going to go ahead and put those on, and then we're going to do a safety check just so that we are safe to take it back down the road. The thing we didn't show you earlier is we put that's our steering clip on, and so that way the steering wheel while we're traveling doesn't move. There's two, there's one on either side, so here's one here and there's one over there, and so that keeps your motor from jumping up and down. Just again, we put on the outboard motor jack, and that protects the motor from banging up and down, and we load her on there nice and snug. Check one strap, it's good and tight, and we're going to put the other strap on over here. Let's see if I can do this and shoot video. I'm going to crank it up. Whoops, not so easy with one hand, sorry. Crank it up, hook it there, come down here, give it a couple clicks, a couple pulls, and it's in there tight, and we are good to go. So, safe travels, and again, make sure you take good care of your boat, keep it clean, dry it off every time you bring it out, and it'll keep it shiny.